Alright, ladies and gents of the Matoka tribe, you know what time it is. It's Matoka time. It's F0xy Grampa here. I'm going to teach you how to spam some down threes, spam some command grabs in the name of the Great Spirit, and attempt to restore the Matoka. Right, before we start the education, make sure you head over to DashFight for more character guides from your favourite players about your favourite characters, learn how to become a menace. Alright, and if you want to learn more about what's going to happen in the next video for the next character, just stick around to the end of this video and you'll find out. Okay, let's do this. Right, so you've decided to join the tribe in an attempt to restore the Matoka. So, a couple of things you want to know about Nightwolf. First off, his movement's ridiculous. Alright, he's zipping all over the gaff. Yeah, I'm playing. His poke, down 3, also ridiculous. Mad range, plus 13 on hit, 8 frame startup, right? So this gives him everything else I've listed here. So you get that, you get 1-1-1, right? Axe blast. You get, but they can interrupt that, but they're risking eating 1-1-1. You get forward 1-2, the tomahawk smash, and you also get grab. Right, so this is pretty much the core of Nightwolf, right? So you want to be using his movement, get the down 3, and then your offense starts. Right? This is pretty much how his normals work together. So, and if you're not getting the down 3, you just want to do run up grab, or you want to do run up mid. It's pretty straightforward. He's a very ABC 1-2-3 rock paper scissors kind of character. So it's his strength and his weakness at the same time, I'd say. Nightwolf isn't really a character with too many crushing blows, so the ones you do have, you're going to have to make good use of. The ones that will most likely happen are his toward throw, which is if they fail to tech the right way, and back throw. So this means that like if you get an escape failed, the next grab is straight up guess on whether you can crush and blow them or not. He also has one on his command grab, which I'll get into later. I need to do a combo. I can't. Alright, you see, I'll get into that in a bit. He's got crushing blows on, like, if the last hit of this hits, but you're not really going to get that against a sentient player, so I wouldn't worry too much about that. He's also got one on his shoulder charge, but we're not going to be using that in this variation I'm going over today. Okay, right, so we're going to go over structuring his offense. So, since I was saying he's a very ABC 1-2-3 type of character, a lot of his offense, pretty much all of his offense, revolves around his ability to grab you, or his ability to call you out on thinking you're going to grab him. So, in this variation, I've equipped Tomahawk Swing and Spirit Tracks, which is a launcher that you can do off of pretty much anything, right? So, and you end your combo in the Tomahawk Swing. So, his offense goes a little something like this. You command grab him, right? They can't tech it. So the left point blank, you can command grab him again, yeah? You grab him, you laugh at him, you're like, yeah, ha 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 ha. Yeah, you want more? Okay, more. Okay, and then they get up, and they're like, okay, this guy's gonna command grab me again. He's an idiot. He's just gonna command grab me again. So then what you do is you forward 1-2 into your launch, and then you finish it in command grab, right? So this is how his offense works. It's always putting you back into this scenario here, where he can command grab you yet again. And then once you get the feeling that they're either gonna duck or jump to avoid the command grab because they can't tech, you just start using all the other normals I listed at the beginning to keep them honest. See? It's pretty straightforward. If you think they're going to duck, smack them with your overhead. Everything into this combo. Straight again. Same scenario. You think they're going to jump or do something, you just check them with a down 3. It's easy peasy. This is how his offense is structured. If you don't have the command grab, the same thing applies with his regular grab. So there you go, boom, point blank. What, you want another one? Alright, have another one for the Matoka. Yeah, you see? It just loops into itself. People don't like getting grabbed, so you're going to have to get it in their head that you're going to grab them until they're sick of it. Alright, and then you just rinse, repeat that scenario repeatedly until they're dead, and then you brutality them. That's pretty much Matoka offense in a nutshell. Right, since the counter to grab is either duck or jump, you're going to have to think about the best way to deal with them as well. So let's say people start jumping. You'll hear a lot that Nightwolf doesn't have anti-air, blah blah blah. I don't think that's true. I think it's just that he's got an unconventional anti-air. Most characters in this game will anti-air with a jab or something along those lines, but Nightwolf actually has an anti-air with his stand free. And in this variation, you can get a decent amount of damage. So you get 23%, and you can always pretty much always convert it into 1-1-1 command grab. Alright, so this is your anti-air. I know it's a bit wonky, but you'll have to practice it a bit. You'll get it, because most of his other anti-airs, like this or this, let's say, they're kind of hard to catch consistently. But I found a lot that this works, so give that a go. Practice that one. Okay, so now you know how to land the hit and also anti-air. So you're gonna now need to know how to structure your combo using both Tomahawk Swing and Spirit Track together. Because with the Tomahawk Swing, it's an armor break, like I showed you earlier. So, alright, tell you what, first I'll just show you a combo, right? Obviously I'm sick at combos. You just do 3-1, dash up, 3-1, command grab, right? 31%. Now the thing about this is, let me just be Robocop. Every hit of this combo can be cancelled into the command grab, right? So every point there's an armor break potential. So here he's gonna run up, I'm gonna break immediately. Boom, armor broken. So let's do it again on the first hit. Boom. That's gonna be an armor break. So like, say I delayed my break. Boom, armor broken. All right. Okay, that's the second hit. All right, the third hit. If they're like, okay, I'm gonna break on the third hit. No, armor broken. All right. So okay, I'm gonna break on the fourth hit. This is them trying to break on the fourth hit. Oh wait, what? Hold on. This is them trying to break on the fourth hit. No, armor broken. Alright, you see what I'm saying here? Like every hit of this, there's a potential to armor break. Alright. Oh, hold on. Can't do a combo. Okay, the next hit, there's always a spot where he can armor break you. And this does mad damage when it Crushing Blows. It's got bleed damage. So if you hit, I'll just show you as Nightwolf. Anyway, into practice mode. So let's say you hit that. Say armor breaks. It's got bleed damage on it. So if your next hit connects, you've pretty much taken like a vast majority of their life. It doesn't really matter where this armor break hits, it's gonna hurt. This is Robocop as well. He's almost dead. So if you can somehow like tag them on the next hit, they're going to take mad damage, and then if they're wise about the potential amount of damage they could take, they're going to block, which will then just mean you're going to command grab them anyway. So this is how you armor break him. You just need to... You're pretty much rolling the dice on where they're going to break, but you can always do it safely. So that's the strength of having Spirit Tracks with the Tomahawk Swing. Like, say if you had the Tomahawk Launcher, they can always break out before you get the attempt to do the command grab armor break. But with this, from point one, you get a potential to armor break. This is why this launcher is better for him, I feel. And on top of that, you get this roll. A lot of characters can't punish that roll too well. It's like -12 on block with some pushback, so not everyone can punish that. I don't think Robo can punish that from here. It would have to be, yeah, you could probably punish it there, but depending on the space, you can kind of just throw it out like there. You ain't punishing that. Right, for Nightwolf's neutral game against a lot of characters, he can be quite annoying because he's got arrow. This does 7 on hit, 7%. See, that's relatively high for a projectile. Most do 6. So So you got a 1% advantage trade, and you also have the ability to delay it, right? If you ever watch me play Nightwolf, you'll see me delay arrows a lot. Because what this does is it just basically forces the game to slow down. They either have to sit there and duck or try and walk forward, and if they walk forward, you release the arrow, alright? They'll either block it or duck it or whatever, but you can use this to waste time, get your bar back. So you've got the arrow, which is going to annoy them if they have to approach you, and you also have reflect, so which is down back 1, right? So if Robo does low run, boom, you can reflect it. You can't reflect everything. There's certain things in the game you can't reflect, like Robo's big gun. Can't do that. You just absorb it instead. But when you have this and this against some characters, like say you're against a katana, that's quite annoying for her because everything she throws is reflectable, and her projectiles will do 6%. So like, it's not a winning trade for her to keep doing this. Yeah. So once you establish that game and you got people to walk towards you, they're ultimately just going to end up walking to the game I was talking about earlier. They're going to end up walking in, and you catch that step where they're blocking the arrow, or they're expecting an arrow, or worried about a reflect or something, and you just run up command grab, or run up forward 1-2. That's pretty potent in itself, because forward 1 comes out in 13, command grab comes out in 12, so it's a 1 frame difference in what kind of defensive strategy they got to use. So they're either, if they're committing, they're immediately committing to whatever you're doing, basically. The command grab's obviously riskier, but it's also risky for them to eat this. So you gotta be on point with trying to feel out what their tendencies are. This also works with, right, so you delaying the arrow, you got your overhead, because they're going to be crouch walking in. So your overhead can be sneaky, because it's got a lot of range. So you can hit them out there. So you can be sneaky with the overhead on their approach as well. If you're the one approaching them, however, it's mostly just going to be dash up down 3, dash up forward 1, and yeah, that's it. You just want to get whatever advantage you can get to get the grab game going. Right, so we're talking strings that we don't really want to use here. So we got forward 2-1, 2-1. Unsafe, -14 on hit. The one upside to it is it ticks on the 3rd hit. But if you're looking at it from a risk-reward sort of angle, ticking that command grab on the 3rd hit is more risk to you than it is to them to avoid, to defend both attempts, like the grab and the final hit of the string. Final hit is just going to knock them down, and the command grab is also just going to knock them down, and it's not a big reward. Whereas if they duck the command grab, they down to you, and if they block the final hit, they get a full combo punish anyway. So you don't really want to use that. You got forward 1-2, 1-2. Same thing. It's like you got forward 1-2, right? This is -7. You're only getting punished by a 6 frame down 1 if they have one. Whereas with this, you die. -13, you die. So we got this string here as well. Back 1, 3, 2. It's not a terrible string, but it doesn't do anything for you that this doesn't already do better, except for this won't be punished by 6 frame down 1s because it's -5. And there's also back 3, 4, down 4 as well. Same thing. Like this string does everything better for you, and that will also get punished by the 6 frame down 1. So these are the strings that I'd avoid. I mean, you can use stuff like his 1-1-2. That's not so bad, but most of the time, I'll just stick with the strings that I've shown you. They're the core of Nightwolf will work. He's very, very fundamental character. Okay, right, so in terms of Nightwolf's weaknesses, they're mostly down to the amount of slots that his moves take up. So this move here is 1 slot, but to turn it into a launcher, you have to spend another slot when you're building his variation. So in an ideal world where everything was 1 slot, he'd be able to have this is 1 slot as a launcher, this is a command grab, and another move where he's got an arrow that's a mid. That would make him pretty much perfect. However, since we're not in the ideal world, he's always going to be missing one element of his game. So in this variation I showed you, he's going to be susceptible to projectiles that either don't get reflected or lose this trade, or go under this projectile here, because like this is the high projectile, but it's a pretty high projectile. Like there's other high projectiles that have a lower trajectory, but this one, like some characters are doing, like Katana can kind of low fan under it from certain ranges, things like that. So you need to be wary of that. So yeah, mostly his weaknesses come down to the build in his variation. You're going to be missing one move, like you're either going to be missing the command grab, missing the arrow, or missing a launcher. But other than that, he's a fairly solid character. You can't really fault him. Maybe his overhead being reactable is another minor fault, but it's not terrible. You can still catch people with it. Yeah, the Matoka are decent, but still demand restoration. Right, so another point about this character is he does have specific combos depending on whether you're like fighting against the men or the women of the cast. So Robocop is a big guy, right? So you can get this combo on him. Say you're fighting against a Katana who's a bit dainty, you can do this instead. Alright, that would be your replacement combo for mid-screen. And if you want to do a corner combo, this will work on everybody. You do whatever your thing is into the launcher, 3-1, 3-1, 1-1-1, command grab, right? It will take you out of the corner, but the next command grab will put you back in the corner. So there's a mind game here. They either take the command grab or they do something to avoid the command grab. And you know what happens when people do something to avoid the command grab? They risk getting hit by whatever into the same scenario again. So just keep that in mind. Alright, so that was my quick rundown of how to play the Matoka in an attempt to restore the Matoka. Alright, we need more conscripts to the tribe. So pretty much what you want to be doing is keeping up your command grab game, keep up the throw loops, make them believe you're an idiot. You're like, yeah, I'm an idiot, I'm going to command grab you until you're dead. And then the one time that you feel like they think, this guy's an idiot, he's going to command grab me again, you go, oh, wait, hold on. And then you do that, and then you put them back in the loop, right? All you need to do is be wary of what they're going to do on wake up. Are they going to up free you? Are they going to jump? Are they going to roll? Just keep these things in mind. And other than that, just want to reflect a few things in neutral, shoot a few arrows, do some dash up down freeze, and just keep them in your loops. So thank you for listening. I do appreciate it. If you want to learn about anything that's happened in this video in text form, just check the link in the description. If you like the video, feel free to leave a like, give a comment, do all that good stuff, sub to DashFight, and yeah, let's see who's going to be the next one. I reckon it's going to be the Queen. Thank you all so much. I do appreciate you tuning in, and I'll see you next time for the Shokan.